ever found yourself caught in this perplexing web of a relationship where things just never seem to add up, where your reality becomes this maze of confusion, leaving you questioning your own thoughts and emotions? If so, you are not alone. Today, I'm going to unravel the mysteries behind some of the most powerful mind games that narcissists play to gain control and throw their victims off balance. So, have you ever wondered why some individuals seem to have this uncanny ability to manipulate your perception of reality? Or why the emotional roller coaster never seems to come to a stop? In this video, I'm going to dive deep into the dark and cunning tactics employed by narcissists, mind games that can leave you feeling disoriented and emotionally drained. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Shaneen. Welcome to my channel on Toxicity is Not Your Destiny, where I put out regular videos to empower you in navigating toxic relationships from a biblical, practical, and spiritual perspective. So if you'd like to receive regular content from me on this subject, subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the top 10 mind games that narcissists play. The first mind game, gaslighting, the dark art of manipulating reality. Have you ever found yourself questioning your own sanity, feeling like your perception of reality was slipping away? Well, that's the insidious effect of gaslighting. This is a mind game that narcissists excel at. Gaslighting involves a series of calculated tactics designed to make you doubt your thoughts, feelings, and memories. It's a form of psychological warfare that can leave you in a perpetual state of confusion and self-doubt. The narcissist may start out with these subtle lies, creating a version of reality that suits their agenda. They may deny events or conversations that you distinctly remember. And over time, these tactics can escalate and make you question your own judgment and grasp on reality. Why do narcissists resort to gaslighting? The reason is it's a powerful tool for control. By destabilizing your perception of reality, they can mold your thoughts and actions to align with their desires and with the narrative that they have construed. Gaslighting is all about rewriting history to fit the narcissist narrative while eroding your self-confidence in the process at the same time. So here's how you can recognize gaslighting. Number one, persistent denial. The narcissist denies things they've said or done, even when there's clear evidence. Number two, contradictory statements. The narcissist may say one thing today and vehemently deny it tomorrow, leaving you confused. And number three, projecting their actions. Narcissists might accuse you of behaviors or motives that align more with their own actions and motives. And actually there is a fourth, isolation. Gaslighting also involves isolating you from other people who might challenge what the narcissist is saying to you. So if you've ever felt like you're losing your grip on reality in a relationship, gaslighting might be at play. On a little side note, if you're looking for some intel in your personal relationships to be able to spot narcissism in a person a mile away, I did create a short little ebook on 7 signs to spot a narcissist at the beginning of a relationship. So if you are exploring new relationships and you'd love to have that information, you can access the ebook in the description box below. It's free. So I just wanted to mention that. The second mind game is projection. Have you ever been accused of something that seemed utterly and completely out of your character? Chances are you have experienced projection, which is a manipulation technique that narcissists use to shift blame and maintain their self-image. Projection occurs when the narcissist attributes their own negative traits, behaviors, or feelings onto you. It's like this psychological smokescreen with the purpose of diverting attention away from their shortcomings and redirecting it towards you. This mind game is designed to keep their insecurities hidden while making you question your own integrity. So here's how projection unfolds. Number one, there are accusations without basis. So the narcissist makes baseless claims about your character, often things that they're guilty of themselves. Number two, the moral high ground. They may paint themselves as morally superior to you while casting you as the one with the flaws. Number three, deflection of criticism. When confronted, the narcissist deflects criticism by focusing on the flaws that they perceive in you in order to steer the conversation or the attention away from their own behavior and wrongdoing. Number four, shifting responsibility. Instead of the narcissist taking responsibility for their actions, they lay blame on things, people, the circumstances around them. They never take responsibility. So let's move on to mind game number three, which is triangulation. Have you ever felt like there was someone else in the shadows subtly influencing the dynamics of your relationship with the narcissist? If yes, triangulation might be at play. Now, triangulation is a mind game where the narcissist introduces a third person into the relationship dynamic. And this could be a friend, a family member, or even an ex-partner. The narcissist's goal in doing this is to create a sense of competition between you and the other person, or jealousy, or insecurity inside of you, and none of this is accidental. So here's how triangulation works. Number one, it creates competition by the narcissist creating a sense of competition between you and the third person. You're likely vying for the narcissist's attention and approval, not realizing that this is deliberate. Number two, triangulation causes jealousy. Narcissists may strategically make you aware of interactions that they're having with someone else to incite jealousy inside of you. And the whole purpose is actually to cause you to have emotional turmoil and to put you in this position where you're desperately trying to prove your worth to the narcissist. The third thing is that triangulation is designed to undermine your confidence, and it erodes your confidence by making you feel inadequate or less valued compared to the other person. On top of all these things, the narcissist may embark on a smear campaign and make it seem like the third party in the picture is saying negative things about you to them and making it seem to the third person that you are saying negative things about him or her to the narcissist. It's truly evil. And the narcissist totally feeds off the power dynamic created by this emotional turbulence between you and this other person. Why do narcissists resort to triangulation? It serves to keep you on edge, to get you to seek validation and approval from the narcissist. And the emotional turmoil created by this game reinforces the narcissist's feeling of control over the relationships. If this happens, my friend, just turn to God and know that He hates this kind of thing with a passion, and He has your back, and He has a way of vindicating you. God is no match for a narcissist, and the Bible is so very clear about one thing, that God resists the proud, but He gives grace to the humble. So now let's move on to mind game number four, which is love bombing. Love bombing is the initial phase where the narcissist showers you with excessive affection, compliments, and attention. They make you feel like the center of their universe. They create this emotional high that is so hard to resist. The narcissist may become your confidant, your biggest supporter, and seemingly the answer to your dreams. However, this love-fueled euphoria is often short-lived. In the devaluation phase, the narcissist abruptly withdraws their affection, and they do this by criticizing you, belittling you, and even ignoring you. This sudden shift can come out of nowhere and can leave you feeling emotionally battered, bewildered, confused. But all of this is a calculated move to create dependency and confusion. So how can you recognize this cycle? Look out for rapid, intense expressions of love and admiration early on in the relationship. Be wary if the affection suddenly wanes and the narcissist becomes critical or distant. That is a red flag. Also, notice how the cycle of love bombing and devaluation creates emotional turmoil and confusion. Understanding love bombing and devaluation is a massive first step in breaking free from the cycle of narcissistic manipulation. Mind game number 5, the silent treatment. Have you ever experienced a sudden, unexplained withdrawal of communication from someone you care about? This could be a manifestation of the silent treatment. The silent treatment involves a deliberate and prolonged period of silence from the narcissist where their communication with you is abruptly halted. And this can include ignoring your calls, your texts. It can include physically withdrawing and ghosting you. Here's how the silent treatment operates. The primary purpose of the silent treatment is to punish you. When the narcissist feels slighted or challenged, they employ the silent treatment in order to exert control over you and to establish their dominance. The whole uncertainty and lack of communication during the silent treatment creates this anxiety, and this emotional distress becomes a form of manipulation, and it reinforces the narcissist's control. Mind game number 6, future faking. Have you ever found yourself swept away by promises of a future that never materializes? Well, that is future faking. It is a manipulation technique where the narcissist makes these grand promises about the future without any genuine intention of fulfilling them. And this kind of thing can leave you disillusioned when these promises remain unfulfilled. So when a narcissist is future faking, they are weaving this compelling narrative of a shared future, using dreams, plans, and promises to create a sense of security and commitment by you. And by engaging in future faking, the narcissist gets you to emotionally invest. And when you are emotionally invested, then this creates a deeper and stronger connection and a dependency on the narcissist, which is exactly what they want. However, when the time comes to turn those promises into reality, the narcissist often finds excuses, delays, or simply ignores the commitments they made. Mind game number 7, playing the victim. Playing the victim is a manipulative strategy where the narcissist casts themselves as the one who is suffering or being wronged, regardless of their own actions or responsibility in the situation. Even though they're the ones at fault, they will still play the victim to try to get empathy, to deflect blame, to manipulate other people into feeling sorry for them. So how playing the victim works, the narcissist may skillfully twist the narrative and present themselves as the injured party, even though they may very well be the perpetrator and the offending person in the whole thing. But they will portray themselves as the victims. Narcissists love to elicit sympathy. They love to get support from those around them. And all of this creates a protective shield for them to have accountability. So playing the victim allows the narcissist to deflect blame on others, which makes it impossible and difficult for anybody to challenge or confront their behavior. So how can you tell if the narcissist is playing the victim? If they consistently position themselves as the ones suffering, regardless of the situation, if they're shifting the focus away from their actions and the issues at hand and maybe the pain of other people, and they're replacing that with a narrative of their own suffering, they are likely playing the victim. If they're looking for support and validation from others and trying to create a network to reinforce their versions of events, that's another sign of playing the victim. And all of this is a calculated move to escape accountability, to have their sympathetic audience, to feed their narcissistic supply, and keep the focus away from their own actions. Mind game number 8, hoovering. Hoovering is a strategy used by the narcissist to re-engage with someone they were in relationship in the past. And Hoover gets its term from the vacuum cleaner because just like a vacuum cleaner, the narcissist tries to suck you back into the relationship, and they use all kinds of tactics to reestablish control. They may feign remorse and apologize profusely and promise to change and create this false sense of hope, but there's no substance to their words. They might go into the love bombing stage and shower you with gifts and attention and make you believe that they've changed for the better. They might rewrite history in a way where they downplay their issues and the harm they caused you. They may do all kinds of things to minimize it and make it really hard for you to resist their advances. When a narcissist hoovers, they typically contact you out of the blue unexpectedly after a long period of silence and separation. And there can be a lot of promises to change, but be wary when you notice the love bombing and the hoovering and the minimizing and all of those things, because it's often too good to be true. Mind game number 9, exploiting empathy. This is where the narcissist takes advantage of your compassion and your empathetic nature to meet their own needs. And this involves manipulating your emotions, your kindness, and your understanding for their own personal gain. So here's how exploiting your empathy works. The narcissist might play the victim, as I mentioned earlier, to evoke your feelings of sympathy and compassion for them. They may act like they're helpless or in need. And so this creates a situation where you feel compelled to coming to their aid and helping them out. They might guilt trip you. And so this kind of guilt tripping can make you feel responsible for their well-being and their happiness. So it's really important to recognize exploiting empathy, because this is just another form of manipulation to get you under their control. Now, the 10th mind game is narcissistic rage. How do narcissists use rage as a means to control? Narcissistic rage is an explosive and disproportionate reaction to a perceived threat or injury to the narcissist's ego. It's an intense outburst of anger, aggression, even violence, and it's done to maintain control and dominance. So narcissistic rage is triggered when the narcissist perceives threats to their sense of self-worth. Anything that challenges their superiority can lead to an explosive reaction. And the reason why narcissists get into this explosive rage is to intimidate and manipulate others into submission. They rely on people fearing their anger. So the narcissistic rage can manifest as verbal abuse, physical aggression, or emotionally charged reactions. And all of this is a way for the narcissist to reclaim their sense of power and dominance. Just know that this rage of a narcissist is not some emotional release, but it's truly a calculated move for them to regain control and to also instill fear in the people around them. So I just shared with you the top 10 mind games that narcissists play to keep you off balance and to control you. Why is it important for you to have this awareness? The Bible says that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So knowledge is key and powerful, and knowledge can be a lifesaver. Ephesians 6:11 also urges us to put on the full armor of God so that we can take our stand against the devil's schemes. So recognizing these kinds of mind games is really part of putting on spiritual armor, because once we understand what we are dealing with, then we can use God's armor on us more effectively to protect ourselves from the schemes of the enemy, from those who would try to control and manipulate us outside of God's will. The other thing to remember is that Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. So narcissists in their victim playing often deceive and manipulate, portraying themselves as the victim or as the one on the high moral ground. So all of these things are deceptive tactics. So it's important to understand what you're dealing with. So I hope that by unraveling the complexities of these mind games, you have gained some wisdom to navigate relationships with discernment and with resilience. And hopefully you are more aware of the enemy's schemes, because the Bible tells us that we should not be unaware of the enemy's schemes. So I hope this video was helpful. If you'd like to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to access my free ebook on 7 red flags to spot a narcissist, you can download it by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.